All right, what's up, everybody? Walter Hooper, host of Marketing Minds Meet, and we are back again for another live stream portion here at the Not Co-working Space in Grosse Pointe Park, Michigan. And it is a sunny, humid, very hot 90-degree day. It's going to be like that for the rest of this week. So what I'm trying to say is stay cool, stay in, if you can, stay indoors, or whatever the case may be. Just don't get heat stroke. That would not be good. But I am sitting here today with a first timer guest on the program, and this isn't any ordinary guest. Well, all of my guests are extraordinary, but this is an individual that is currently an intern right now with Savvy Advertising Solutions. They are going to school in Pennsylvania, and but they are back home here in the Mitten for the summer for this internship. And once again, they are working with Savvy Advertising Solutions, and I'm here chatting with the one and only Brooke Hoover. What's up?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So we just got done with the dark side portion of the program. So be on the lookout for that once the full episode comes out. But so we made it out of the dark side. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And so now we're gonna end this on a lighter note, like we always do. So first question I have for you is, well, actually, first and foremost, why don't you tell everybody what you're studying right now, where you're studying, all that good stuff.
Alrighty. My name is Brooke Hoover. I go to Temple University in Philadelphia. Go Owls. But I graduated.
Awesome. Actually, real quickly, those are my favorite bird, by the way.
Really? Then look at that. Me too, apparently. But I'm from Grosse Pointe. I went to high school here, and I came back home for the summer to ultimately find an internship working with some people locally. And it worked out in my favor. And now I'm working for Savvy Advertising Solutions.
All right. And what are some of the tasks that you are doing with and for Savvy?
Well, when I first started, which was about like a month ago or so, they were doing a project for the Detroit Zoo, which is something that's a very big company here and something that everybody does growing up. So that was very cool to start and seeing how big of a thing they're doing for such like a well-known organization. So that's something that I honestly was still working towards / helping them do things for. And literally one of my coworkers is doing stuff upstairs for them as we speak. But we do all sorts of things, and we find promotional products to people, whether it's for like picnics or certain outings, or just for them to like certain swag for them to have. So it's like cool products with their logo on it, or something that they might need for whatever the case may be. And we find it for them, we present it to them, and then we ultimately find vendors who will do the embroidery, doing the screen printing, and basically making the client's wishes come true and come to light. So yeah,
that's a very positive way to put it.
I honestly love it, because one of the things why I got into marketing was because I wanted to be able to do something that I could like see at the forefront, like see my work come to light. Because I feel like when you just think of very simply, when you're young, like think of marketing, you think of like billboards or things like that. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here with Savvy, is like I'm seeing my work come to light. Like we're creating these things and they're coming in the mail, and we're seeing these. It's very cool, honestly. And we're seeing how excited and happy the clients are with it. So it's fulfilling.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a very fulfilling career. Yeah. It's a lot of work, though.
Yeah, it is.
It is a lot of work and
stress.
yeah, that is part of it too. Like I was saying to Brooke earlier, like you voluntarily went into this.
I really had no idea what I was doing, so I had no idea what was to expect. But it's been good.
Well, that's good. That's good. So when you're not interning and you're not being the good student that you are, what are some of your favorite hobbies and activities you enjoy doing in your downtime?
Well, like I've mentioned before we started live streaming, I have been babysitting for almost all of my life. And so when I'm not here, I either am leaving here at 4 o'clock to go babysit, or I'm babysitting during the day. So that's another like work thing that I do. But one of my hobbies is I love to thrift, which is like very random and whatever. But honestly, it's something that I love to do. And almost this sweater I got from the thrift store. But I have very like a unique like type of clothing, like in like wardrobe, just because I've been like curating it for myself. And I've inspired like a lot of my friends to get like into thrifting. And more recently, I've started like selling my clothes that I thrift online. And it's funny because I've realizing like how many people want the things that I find, because it really is kind of like a once in a, it's just like you're picking a needle out of a haystack going to the thrift store, how big it is, like whatever. Because you could go there and you find like a stained sweatshirt or just a goofy t-shirt. But if you like really dive deep into things, you're finding clothes of people that could have been iconic individuals who have ultimately like passed away or just want to give it's cool like stories behind people's clothes. You kind of like can tell the type of person through their clothes. And it's cool now that I'm like starting to sell stuff, because I'm selling stuff to people like all over the place. And like literally today I'm going to the post office and selling something that I've got from the thrift store.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's cool. So I'm trying to make some money doing that too. But.
All right. Where do you typically like to thrift at? Like, what are some of your go-to spots?
I think that I should gatekeep where I thrift, but I haven't. So I have to just keep letting it out there. But the best place to thrift in this area is this place called Community Thrift, and it's on Gratiot, like just past like AMC. That's the best place. I wish that we had like Goodwill bins here, and that's like a big thing elsewhere. But Michigan doesn't have bins. There's like, I think the closest are like in Ohio. But bigger places are always the best. And like Salvation Army like runs deals on like Thursdays with like for like students, or all sorts like discounts. So there's always good places to get like the most bang for your buck. But the best place to go is Community Thrift on Gratiot.
Whenever I go into the Salvation Army just to like check it out, like it's like it always
smells weird. It's
yeah. It's like if you have like asthma or like breathing issues, like don't go in.
Place.
No, don't go in there.
Everything's coated with like an inch layer of dust.
Yeah, and it's just like this kind of sucks.
Right, but I have learned to love it. I love it so much because it's just like so cool to me, like searching for my clothes. Like I have totally lost my interest in like going to Somerset, going to the mall, because it's
so expensive.
Well, that too. I'm like, I can leave with and they give it to me in a garbage bag full of all my stuff, and it's like $90 versus me going to the mall and I could barely get a pair of pants for $90. So it is crazy, and it's honestly a good thing for me to enjoy, because it ultimately started because my parents were like, we're not buying your clothes anymore, like in like high school. And I was like, okay, well, let me figure this out. And I ultimately figured it out. And now, because I'm buying a shirt for $3 and I'm selling the shirt for $20. So it's like the profit is very high. And I think I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I usually will go to, so spoiler, if I want new, I'll go to like H&M, because like I like their stuff. Like they're
good.
But a lot of times I'll go to like Plato's Closet.
Yeah.
Because like especially for like work, even like some work stuff. Like, so for those of you that have seen me all like my Ralph Lauren or even this shirt, like this is Plato's, like, and it's like a fraction of the cost of like what, because this shirt right here, if I were to buy this brand, this would be like $30. Like,
right. No,
fuck out of here. No, no.
For one shirt.
Yeah. So it's like I totally get it. I see the value in it. And cool. That is interesting though, how you mentioned like it's like, you know, with every piece of clothing that you get, like this could have some sort of like story, or like,
and sometimes you find out that because you can find things, people will either like write stuff on the tags, or there'll be a tag attached to something, or if you buy like like I've bought countless purses from the thrift store, things can be like inside of the purse that they like forget to take out, or I've seen people buy cameras from the thrift store that still have SD cards in them, and then suddenly you're entering a whole world of people's like life, or like
be careful
cameras, right? But it's always wholesome. It's always wholesome. Hopefully.
Okay.
But it's cool to see, and like Also, like everywhere that I've really traveled, I've always like kind of like making a note to go to the thrift stores because different neighborhoods, different like honestly classes, like wealth, you're finding different things. So it's cool. Like some cool stuff that I got was from a thrift store in Kanab, Utah, because I was like telling me, I'm like, we have to go to the thrift store
Yeah.
because it's just cool to like see the different types of things that you would be seeing like on the west side versus the east side versus the Midwest. Like it's very interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. So talking about thrifting and all that, I went to California. Oh, was it 2012, 2013? I went to San Francisco with one of my bandmates. We were staying at one of his friends' places, and I remember we went to what was that?
Buffalo Exchange?
No, the neighborhood. It's like a famous neighborhood.
Calabasas?
No.
Oh, in San Francisco. I don't know.
Yeah. It'll come to me. But so we go into this area and we happen to walk into. We just happen to find this thrift shop, and one of my favorite shirts ever. It was a yellow T-shirt, and it has a print of a bear on it in sunglasses and swim trunks, and is holding a drink. And on the bottom, the caption says BANFF, Banff.
Yeah,
and it's
Canada.
in Canada.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. So I'm traveling from Michigan.
Right.
I'm on the West Coast, and I find a Canadian shirt. I'm like, what are the odds? And then I just bought it just on because I like, and it fits perfectly.
Right.
It's just and I could tell this was a shirt that was easily from like probably like the early to mid 80s. So those 80s shirts just have a
different
certain feel,
and that's why people love it.
Yep.
And that's why I love it. I literally love all of that stuff, and I'm now trying to like sell all of it because I'm obsessed with thrifting. So I buy so much shit that I'm like, I need to get rid of this stuff. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, but the T-shirt thing is that's how I think I started thrifting, was buying the big T-shirts. Like you just go to the thrift store, go to the men's section of the T-shirts, and for me now it's like what takes like, because if you go to the thrift store and try to look at everything, it's gonna take you forever, which I do, and it takes me forever. But I've kind of narrowed it down to like the feel. Like you can kind of just like tell the feel of the shirt when it's good. And if you're just flipping through and it's like, this one, this is good. So I know exactly what you're talking
So yeah,
about.
I've noticed too. So being a child of the 90s, like that the 90s is back. Like it is. It's weird.
Everything that I post, your hashtag 90s, hashtag like Y2K, hashtag like, whatever. Yeah,
it's like you weren't even born in the 90s.
And everybody wants this stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's a compliment to the 90s.
Listen, it was a great time. I can attest to it. I mean, I lived it. Yeah, and it's crazy like how like a friend of mine was even saying to me how like it seems like every new era, like every decade, like whatever was cool 20 years ago will come back. And it's like, oh shit, like the 90s is like, that's,
I know, it's crazy,
it's insane. so now God, what's next? The Y2K era.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the whole like TLC, Destiny Child, like Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, that look of like the low-rise jeans and the tight shirt and like the corset and the like sparkly tops and like embellished like everything.
That's gonna come back, huh?
It's already coming back, and that's the type of stuff that I'm selling all of the time, because you go to the thrift store and everyone's getting rid of that shit because they don't want it, because it's like that was so long ago. But then it's like you don't even realize that you just gave up some shirt that you could sell online for $60 because
it's a renaissance.
Popular brands are recreating that, but it's like you're never gonna get it how it was original. And if it's in good condition, it's like crazy. Giving it to the Salvation Army, it's like you're a good person, but wow, you don't even know what you have.
Yeah, and see, I should have known. I should have seen the writing on the wall for like the 90s coming back when I first started noticing plaid was becoming more prevalent again. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't hate it. I liked it. See, I've been more of like you can't tell today because I'm whatever, because it's fucking hot. But normally I'm like a black pants, black shirt, and then like
Yeah.
if it's a little cooler, like I'll wear like a
Mhm.
my leather jacket,
Yeah.
like just a very like
Yeah. I think now for my generation, since it's so, you can get a shirt shipped to your house overnight if you're getting it from Amazon. People, like the rise of like Shein and like things like that, where everything is so cheap and whatever, and you can just very trendy. You can buy a shirt for like $3 that's extremely trendy, and then you're throwing it out. Like it's very quick. Like I think it's also why I started like to love thrifting, because it's like a unique sense of style that is, you can't really like replicate as well, versus like the whole trendiness, and honestly it's saving me money, so it's kind of a win-win
right
situation.
now the baggier style clothing.
Yes.
See, I'm a guy that likes things a little bit more tailored.
Yeah, fair.
Coming from a younger demographic, a generation after me, because you were born in '04, so that makes you a
Yeah,
Gen Zer. Coming from a Gen Z, what is it about the baggy clothing, man? Why is that
I
so?
mean, I think that's sort of kind of also an older thing that's coming back. It's like you take a look at like Soldier Boy, like big pants, like whatever. But no, I like it because it's, especially I think in a generation of time where everyone is completely being looked at, nitpick, comparison to everybody through social media, through everything. Might as well throw on a big t-shirt and some big pants so people can't really judge you that much. And I think another big person that kind of helped move that along the line is Billie Eilish, who's like pop
Oh,
star,
she's
whatever.
great. She's
Right,
great.
love her. But um, she was somebody that she's nearly she's like probably a year or two older than me,
Hmm.
but got into the industry like young, very exposed, like peak of being just completely in the eye of everything. And she hid her body, hid herself, put on this persona of kind of like giving like tomboyish or whatever, because she's wearing huge t-shirts, huge pants, whatever. But that kind of created a style of like people that follow her, which is a lot of people, because she's extremely famous and probably on like Billboard. She's probably like top number 3 songs currently. And it's probably been like that since like 2018. But having people that are very influential dressing a certain way like that, and she ultimately came out and was saying that she was doing that in order to like cover her body, and then it was a huge deal when paparazzi caught her like swimming or something like that, and seeing like taking a look at her body, and then she just completely got exploited. And it's like, that's what I've been hiding this whole time, because it's crazy how much they attack you for that. So I think that the rise of baggy things
Hmm.
is beneficial, at least to like
Yeah.
young woman, because
Yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
because there's this thing called body shaming.
Right,
Yes, it's still a
yeah.
thing,
Yes,
people.
and
Like it.
sexualization and
Yes,
everything,
yes, it's
yeah.
still a thing. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, and unfortunately, it'll never go
Right,
away.
yeah, no.
So and here's the other thing. Like, I'm 35 years old, so like I don't care. Like
Right, yeah.
I
But
am
it's
who I
totally up to,
am. Yeah.
right. But it's good that there's like an option that is like brought to the forefront of like, it's okay to hide yourself if that's what you want, or
Yeah.
whatever, or show yourself off if that's what you want to do. So I think it's good to have a balance of people that are at the limelight doing this and doing that, and
Mhm.
because it feels like you can really do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, that's right. Just do what you want. I
Yeah.
don't care. You live your life.
You're still gonna be successful. Billie Eilish is wearing big pants and big shirt and is very
Oh yeah,
successful.
yeah, and she's just extremely talented.
Right,
So
exactly.
I remember first hearing. Well, obviously everybody remembers Bad Guy, but like
Yeah.
hearing some of her other tracks where
Oh
she
yeah.
wasn't that, I was like, yeah, she's really got something like
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Now, are
crazy.
you on the Sabrina Carpenter train?
Honestly, I would originally say no, just because I'm loyal to Nickelodeon and she was a Disney star. But no, I listened to one of her albums. I can't remember the name of it, but I think she might only have like 1 or 2 albums out. But it was starting the beginning of the Espresso song starting. And obviously everyone's like, the song is so annoying because it's just like everywhere. But honestly, I like that
It's
song.
so catchy.
I know. I'm like, I like that
It's
song.
so catchy.
But I listened to her album and it's very good. And she is very talented. And I think that's kind of the thing where people kind of like make some fun of pop stars, but it's like ultimately at the end of the day, it's like you give a microphone to Adele, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, any of those people, they have good voices. And then you look at people who, which is also, it's a little controversial, like rap stars, people like that, or like there's a lot of like auto-tune and things like that. It's like different levels of talent, but it's like these people are really good singers. Like they're not famous for no reason.
Right.
So
I think to even jump to like T Swift, like so like I remember when she first dropped and she was country.
Yeah.
And then now like she's not even like now the only Taylor Swift I will ever give the time of day is 1989. Like that record is and I'm talking from not even just a pop, but just a production point of view, like just the way it was the original one, not this Taylor's version bullshit.
It's just the nostalgia of the old woman. Respect her doing the Taylor version stuff, but the nostalgia of the older ones for sure.
Yeah, and it's, but like that's like, so marketing, like she's a brand at this point. Like she's a full brand. Now, one person I will say, so you mentioned like, you know, people like poke fun at pop stars. Like, look, I'm a sucker for a great pop song, a great pop album, a great pop artist.
How could you not?
Right. So like couple of ones that really kind of piqued my interest in the lately have been Dua Lipa's one of them.
Oh, love her.
She's phenomenal.
She's also just extremely beautiful.
She is. I mean, she is very pretty. Now this next one is an individual that I am just happy she's like rocking out and like bringing back like that kind of like that grungy raw Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh yeah, she's super good. And it's funny because Olivia Rodrigo is literally like my age. She's so young. And who was the first person you said?
Dua Lipa.
Oh yeah, both of them are, which is funny because those are both two people that old people, because they whatever will be like, you look like Olivia Rodrigo, you look like Dua Lipa. It's like, I just have black hair, but thank you. Like, I will take it. Like sure. But no, both of them for sure. And Olivia Rodrigo like really just hit the nail on the head with her coming out with her music. That was like very much like love song, sad, whatever. Like, and at the time of year that she did it, it was like breakup season of everything. And it's like, that came out when I think I was a junior in high school, and it's like driver's license drops and you're like, wait, that's me. I literally just got my driver's license. And then it's like suddenly now you're obsessed with Olivia Rodrigo and whatever, but it makes you reminisce on like their young love and everything.
Yeah. Now, granted, driver's license is not my favorite song of hers.
Oh, well, no, but that was just her like,
but that was her, was her like huge drop. Then Guts, that whole Sour album, that is so good.
Really good.
And then Guts is check Guts out if you have it. So, oh man, now Ariana Grande, yay or nay?
Oh my god, I actually have a weird obsession. I had a weird obsession with her. I've met her mom, I've met her brother.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I had a very, very, very huge Ariana Grande obsession. And that was a phase of my life. But that was when I was in like 5th grade. I had a fan account, all of it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I love her, obviously, whatever. My loyalty lies within her. But I don't really pay attention to her as much anymore as I used to. It was a phase.
Yeah. Well, she's done some interesting things.
Yeah, no, people will see. I don't even really whatever, because I'm like, I have such an idea of her in my head that I'm like, I can't let it just get tainted. I'm just gonna let it do your thing. I don't want to be involved. But she just is like now involved with, because she was first thing on Broadway, and then found herself on Victorious, found herself on the Pop, found her whatever, doing every little thing, and now she's in like starring in Wicked, like the movie, which is crazy. Yeah, but I don't doubt she can literally do anything. So.
Yeah, I mean. Again, an amazing, probably one of the best voices of modern day music.
And just like the rarity of her coming from Broadway. It's like she was 13 years old on the musical 13, which is like on Broadway.
Yeah.
With Liz Gillies, who is the person that was in Victorious.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. 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 Because my brother watched Victorious.
Right. Yeah. Same.
So, and then I discovered. Well, I knew her because like my brother watched Victorious, so I would hear Cat Valentine all the time. But then again, YouTube, which is what we're on right now, people. So these algorithms are
Right.
going to be real interesting once we're done here. Um, I happened to stumble upon a video of her covering a Mariah Carey song, "Emotions."
Oh yeah.
Now, that is a song that you don't touch it. Like, just
Right.
don't touch it unless, like, if you're going to do that, then
Mhm.
you are going to do it properly. Like, you are
Right.
not. There's no room for error. So I'm like, is that Victorious chick? Like,
Yeah,
she's
right?
gonna
It's
she's
like,
gonna
wait,
sing
what?
Mariah Carey? Like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I click on it, and then like immediately I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then like towards the end when she really hits those higher,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh, is she gonna do it? Is she gonna go for it? Because that
She
that
can do
that like
it.
makes the song. Like
Yeah.
that's like a big part of that song, why it's
Mhm.
such a massive hit. And when she
Mhm.
did it, I immediately I think I remember I audibly went, oh fuck.
Right,
Like,
yeah. One of her like big things is like her whistle tone, and she can like literally make it sound like she's whistling, but she's just singing that high, and it sounds like a bird, and she sounds like it's actually crazy.
I know.
But I've seen her in real, like I've seen her. I went to her first ever concert in Michigan, and then I think her second album is the one where I met her. But it was crazy because the first place that she was at was the Royal like Music Theater, which is small, and that was her first album, like yours truly, whatever. And then she made it to Little Caesars Arena. It might have still been Joe. I think it was still Joe Louis at that time, but
Rest in peace.
right, yeah. But she immediately jumped within one album from that to that, and you can just tell by Stadium how bigger of a deal she became within that small period of time. But it's very impressive. She's a very good singer. That's something that you can't underestimate the pop stars, even though, and they're having to like behave well because they're put in the limelight with kids, with adults, everything, and they're performers. Like you're saying, like bringing up like Dua Lipa, like she's a great dancer. Like she's very into style. Like, and you set the trend. Like they ultimately set the trends, and like Dua Lipa has done that. Ariana Grande has done that. Like Sabrina Carpenter is doing that right now with like her makeup, her big hair, everything. It's like because they ultimately are the face of everything pop culture wise, which is really cool.
But the other again, the other kind of downside though of that is like pop stars, they come and go.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's not like,
yeah.
You know, that's kind of the trade-off with that genre.
Yeah, and it's also the whole effect of like cancel culture.
Oh,
which is
okay.
yeah, a
All
bad
right.
thing.
All
but
right.
that too, which is like ultimately Sabrina Carpenter. What with the whole Olivia Rodrigo thing, it was like Olivia Rodrigo dating this guy Joshua Bassett, whatever. They break up. Joshua Bassett ends up dating Sabrina Carpenter. And then that's why Olivia Rodrigo wrote that whole album. Olivia Rodrigo got famous. It's like shading Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter enters the music era, gets in the booth, and then ends up saying like, this isn't true, whatever. Makes a song about it. Then people are like, no, Sabrina Carpenter. Olivia Rodrigo's fame like dies down a little bit. In comes Sabrina Carpenter, and now she's huge. And Olivia Rodrigo still is huge because people love her.
Yes.
But it's funny that it's the two of them, and this boy that they were fighting over is who?
Right. That's right. See,
good for them.
Men always find a way to screw things up. That's
right.
I think that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but if I had to pick one over I'm picking Olivia all day,
fair,
every day.
Fair.
Just very,
She's super cute. Yeah.
Well, and she just again, it's the genre she's bringing back. She's really brought back that kind of old school 90s grunge, garage bandish era.
She really has the power to do so.
Yeah, and she's using it wisely. And she's using it to her advantage. Well, I gotta say, I've had a really nice time really connecting with you, chatting with you. I know we passed by each other in the hall and said hi and all that. I know you've been doing your thing, I've been doing my thing. So to be able to actually like sit down and kind of gather some insights from you and about your time with Savvy and your internship, your schooling. I think good things are going to be on the rise for you. So
thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity coming here and connecting with you as well.
All right. Before we log off, how can if people have questions about all things Savvy Advertising? Do they have is there a website? Is there a phone number, email? How can people reach out to inquire about all of their branding marketing needs for with Savvy?
Well, we're basically everywhere. If Facebook is your thing, we're on Facebook. But honestly, the best way to reach any of us would be through email. And we're constantly checking it. And that's kind of a big part of my job. So I will definitely get back to you. But my name is Brooke Hoover. My email is Brooke, Brooke, at savvyadvertising.com. And if you just send me an email with any of your promotional product needs, we could help you out, help you figure that out.
Oh, perfect. And I know I've referred over a couple of people your way. So,
Sweet.
and
We
I know they've
appreciate
been
it.
very happy with the products. So
Good.
you guys are doing something.
Love
You
to
guys are doing
hear
something
it.
right. But Brooke, thank you so much for taking the time today. I know you've got a lot of projects to work on, so I appreciate the time to chat and take a little break from the upstairs office
Right.
life.
Of
So,
course. I appreciate it.
so yeah, this has been another installment of Marketing Minds Meet. A little bit longer live session, but we were just
That's my
talking all
fault.
things. We were just talking all things, pop culture, music, all that good stuff. Like I said, I could talk about this all day. But
Right, exactly.
but Brooke, thank you so much again, and thank you everyone for tuning in, and those that are going to tune in afterwards. I appreciate each and every one of you. And also, please don't forget to follow and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, WA Hooper Marketing. That's where you're going to find all things Marketing Minds Meet, full episodes, clips, highlights, things of that nature, and really anything WA Hooper Marketing related. So thank you, everybody. And remember, stay cool out there because it's going to be a scorcher.
Yes.
So have a good one, everybody.
Bye.